Hi friends, how are you? By blessings to God, you are doing well. This is Dr. A B JENA, faculty member, PG Department of Business Management, Pakistan University, Vasavyar, Balasore, Odisha. Once again, I am welcoming to all of you to Dr. A B JENA classes. Friends, today we are going to discuss the very and vital topic from the business studies. And today's topic is the what is the meaning of joint stock company and what are the important types of companies. So normally we will know about the various types of companies. So friends, without delay, we will start our discussions. And so far as this discussion is concerned, so this discussion will be very useful and fruitful, not only from the term and exemption, those who are pursuing or studying the UG and PG as well as the 12 standards, so far as the commerce, management, payment or law subject as well as other related subjects. As well as so this discussion will be very useful and fruitful those who are preparing for the UGC NET and JRF as well as the lectureship examination. So friends, definitely you will get the questions in your exemption, whether it may be the long term or long type questions or the short types of questions. So friends, without delay we will start our journey. Okay, so today's discussion is what is the meaning of joint stock company and what are the different types of companies. So normally, so they are doing or they operate their business. So before discussion, let's have the discussion, or we'll have the little bit idea about the what are the top companies in India and what are the top companies in the world. Friends, so these are the top companies in India. So the Reliance Industry Limited, Tata Consultancy Service Limited, Infosys Limited, Hindustan Unilever Limited, Asian Paints Limited, Larsen and Turbo Limited, Maruti Suzuki India Limited, Wipro Limited, Oil and Natural Gas Corporation Limited, Coal India Limited, Tata Motors Limited, Shell Steel Authority and India Limited, Nalco National Aluminium Company Limited, then NTPC. So these are the top companies in India. They are doing their business. So account to what are the so we will know the top companies in the world. Walmart, INC, China Petroleum and Chemical Corporation, then Petro China Company Limited, Apple, Google, Coca-Cola, Microsoft, Toyota, IBM, Samsung, Amazon, Mercedes-Benz, General Motors, Johnson and Johnson. So these are the top companies. So they do normally operate in India as well as in the world. Friends, now we'll discuss what are the meaning and definitions of a joint stock company. Friends, so before discussion, you know the new Companies Act is that is 2013, and the new Companies Act has already replaced the old Companies Act. It's in the 1956. So the definitions of joint stock company, it is an association of persons. It's the association of persons in a during our discussion, we will know about the association of persons who contribute the money or money worth. So the person, so they will contribute the what, the money or money worth to a common stock, and employees. This common stock will be invested or employed for the business purposes, and it in some or trading purposes, and the trading and business definitely will give the result. I mean, who share the profits. If there is the profit out of the trading or the business, and the profit will be distributed among the persons. I mean, so among the members. And in the case of loss, then if the loss will be there, then so this will be the loss or profit will be shared or borne by among the members. So this definition has been given by the James Stephenson. So another definition according to the section 3 of Indian Companies Act 1956, a company means a company formed and registered under this act. I mean, the company will be formed and registered according to the Indian Companies Act 1956. So another the definition or the meaning of a joint company is according the clause 2, sorry, according to the clause 2 section 3 of the Companies Act, existing company means the company formed and registered under any previous Companies Act, whether it's in 1956 or the new Companies Act, it's in 2013. Again I am repeating, according to the clause second of section 3 of Companies Act, existing company means a company formed and registered under any of the previous company law. Friends, so these are the very good meaning or the definition so with regard to the joint company. Now we will discuss what are the important types of companies. So in our discussion, so we will discuss one by one. So there are normally the 6 types of companies. First one is according to the incorporation, according to the liability, on the basis of members or the transferability of a share, then according or on the basis of controlling, according to the ownership, according to the nationality or the place of registration, and last but not the least category of joint company is the other types of companies. So friends, so we will discuss one by one by citing the suitable example. So first one category is the according to the incorporation. According to incorporation, the company is divided into 3 parts. First one is that is it's the royal or the charter company. Second one is statutory companies. Third one is it's the registered companies. Friends, so we will discuss one by one by citing the suitable example. And this discussion will be very, very interesting. And so first one is it's the royal or the chartered companies. What is the meaning of royal or the chartered company? So charter means that is the rules or the regulations. So these are those companies or the chartered companies or the royal companies are those companies which are incorporated under the royal charter issued by a king or queen of the state. Friends, so we'll cite the example. So examples of such types of companies are the East India Company, the Chartered Bank of Australia, the Chartered Bank of India. So nowadays, so these companies are not prevalent in India in these days. Okay. The second one is it's the statutory company. What is the meaning of a statutory company? Statutory company, these companies or the companies which are formed under the special act of a parliament or a state legislative is known as the statutory company. So statutory companies are those companies which are registered or formed according to the or special act of a parliament, special act of parliament or of a state legislative. Then the features. So statutory companies are owned and controlled by the government, whether it may be the state government or the central government, and so there is no requirement of AOA as well as MOA. Friends, so AOA stands for Articles of Association, MOA stands for Memorandum of Association. Friends, for your kind information, I have already posted 3 separate videos. One for Articles of Association, second one is for the Memorandum of Association, and the third one posting video is it's what is the basic difference between the Articles of Association and Memorandum of Association. So definitely I will have the request to all of you, kindly go through the posted video and you will know more and more. And so the statutory companies is having with the status is that is or they will enjoy the separate legal entity, and there is no necessity to use the word limited with the name. So these are the important features of the statutory companies. Then what are the examples of statutory companies? So Reserve Bank of India, RBI, Industrial Finance Corporation of India, IFCI, then State Trading Corporation, STC of India, then IDBI stands for Industrial Development Bank of India. So friends, I am hopeful that also you are getting my points. Next one, it's the registered companies. So registered companies will be formed according to the section 2 and subsection 20. So section 2 and subsection 20 of Indian Companies Act is applicable to registered companies. So registered companies, the companies which are formed and registered under the Indian Companies Act 2013 or any previous Indian Companies Act known as the registered companies. Registered companies, again I am repeating, the companies which are formed and registered under the Indian Companies Act 2013 or any previous Indian Companies Act known as registered companies. Friends, and what are the important the features of such types of company? The most of the companies formed and registered as per the previous Companies Act, I mean 1956. Friends, I have already told you, again I am repeating that. Okay, the new Companies Act, I mean the 2013, has already replaced the old Companies Act it's in 1956. New Companies Act is 2013 has replaced the old Companies Act 1956. Now the formation of the company, management of the company as well as the liquidation of the company will be done as per the provisions of Indian Companies Act 2013. So liquidation means it's the close down of the business or it's the winding of the business. Then what are the examples of registered companies? It may be the private companies, it may be the public companies, companies limited by shares, company limited by guarantee. So during the discussion, so we will discuss what is the meaning of private companies, public companies and other companies. Kindly you wait. Next, it's the another category according to the liability. According to the liability. So according to liability, the company is divided in three parts: companies limited by shares, companies limited by guarantee, and third one is the unlimited companies. Friends, so we will discuss one by one. So first one is the companies limited by shares. Companies limited by shares. So section 2 and section 22 of Indian Companies Act 2013. What is the meaning of companies limited by share? So these companies have the share capital and the shareholders will not to be liable to pay anything more than the value of shares held by them, whatever the liabilities of the companies. Yes, so we are talking about the liability. So liabilities of the members of a company is limited to the unpaid of the shares. So these companies are very common in India. Let's take an example. Suppose you have purchased the shares, the value is how much? 10,000. Suppose you have paid already 8,000 and the remaining it's 2,000. In the case of whatever the losses of the company, then you will pay how much? It's only the 2,000. So it's the unpaid balance of your shareholding. So you will pay how much? 2,800 because you have already paid how much? 8,000 and your shareholding is that is how much? It's the 10,000. So your liability will be how much? Maximum it will be 10,000. Next one category. The second one is that is the companies limited by guarantee. So section 2 and subsection 21 of Companies Act 2013 will be applicable to such types of companies. So the shareholders or the member give the guarantee to pay the certain amount of money in the case of winding up, I mean the liquidation of the company, and the amount undertake to pay the money by member is called what is this? That is the guarantee money. So here the shareholders, I mean the members, will give the guarantee in the case of at the time of winding of the company if there will be the large amount of that is the liabilities or the that is the huge liability. So in this situation the shareholder will give the guarantee to pay the amount. It may be. So in this situation the company has to get the consent from the members or the shareholder of the company. And then third one category, it's the unlimited companies where the liability is that is unlimited. So these companies formed and registered without limiting the liability, without limiting the liability of the members or the shareholders of the company to the value of the shares are known as unlimited company. So here, so it's the liability of the members or the shareholder will not be guaranteed or will not be limited or the guaranteed. So here, what if there will be the huge amount of the loss or there will be the more liability of the company? So in this situation, the shareholder, I mean the member, will pay the more amount to company to pay the liability of the company. So such types of companies, it's what is this, the sole proprietorship and the partnership. Friends, I have already posted one video on the sole proprietor, what are the meaning of features and what are the advantages and the disadvantages of the sole proprietorship. Yes, so now the companies, unlimited companies do not exist in these days. So these are, so that's why the members, I mean the public, so they are not interested to invest, I mean to purchase the shares of unlimited companies. So next one, it's a category of company is according to the member or the transferability of a share. So it's divided in two parts, that is the private companies and the public companies. What is the private companies? So section 2 and subsection 68 of Indian Companies Act will be applicable or is applicable to private companies. So what is this? The private companies are those companies which are registered and defined as per the Indian Companies Act. As per the Companies Act, the private companies restrict the following by their articles. Articles means here, friends, articles of association. What are the restrictions? Mainly the three restrictions were imposed. So to start a private companies, and so there must be or two members are required, and the maximum member of a private company is the 200. Friends, it's very vital. Minimum member of a private company is 2 and the maximum member of a private company is 200. And the next one restriction, the right of members not to transfer the shares. I mean the members cannot freely transferable, or the members cannot or will not transfer the shares, and there are the lot of formalities are there. Then next one restriction is what is this, the provision any invitation to public to subscribe the shares and the debentures. I mean the private company we cannot issue the prospectus to the general public for selling, I mean for the purpose of subscription of the shares and the debentures. Then the private companies need to add the word, what is this, that is the private limited, PVT limited at the end of the these companies. Let's take an example. Suppose Raju company. Raju company, easily you can know whether the Raju company is what is the private company or the public company. If it's the Raju company, so Raju, when the PVT will be used in the case of a company, then easily we can recognize, or you can recognize it's that is the private company. So Raju private company, it's as per the, it's mandatory or as per the provisions of Companies Act 2013. Friends, next we will discuss what is the meaning of the public companies. So public companies are more popular in India. So section 2 and subsection 71 is applicable or will be applicable to the public limited companies. So all companies other than the private companies are known as the public companies, and the public companies will be or is registered as per the Indian Companies Act 2013, I mean the 2013. Yes, what are the important features of the public companies? The important features are the minimum members 7 and the maximum members are unlimited. Friends, I have already posted one video what is the basic difference between a private company and the public company. So I will have the request to all of you, you kindly go through the posted video and you will know more and more, and your understanding or concept will be very much clear. So minimum member is 2 and maximum member is unlimited. But in the case of private company, minimum member is 2 and maximum is how much? It's 200. Then the rights of the members are transferred the shares, I mean the shares in the stock market. So the members of the public company can sell or transfer the shares whenever he feels so, or the members feel so, and the private public company can invite to public to subscribe the shares and debentures through the prospectus. I mean the private company cannot issue the prospectus, where the public company can or will issue the prospectus. So next one category of the company is the types of company is according to the controlling. It's divided in two parts. It's that is the holding company, and second one is that is the subsidiary company. Friends, so first we will discuss what is the meaning of a holding company. According to section 2 and subsection 46 of Indian Companies Act 2013, the company which controls another company is called holding company. Friends, so one example. So A is a company and B is a company. If A company controls the businesses of a B company, so here A company will be treated as the holding company and B company will be treated as the subsidiary company. It's the most important features. Then company has the majority voting rights. Majority voting rights means more than 50% voting rights. More than 50% voting rights of the another company. I mean the here A company has the more than 50% of voting rights of B company. So here A company will be treated as the holding company and B company will be treated as the subsidiary company. So next one, the company has the say in the formulation and policies of another company. So here A company has the rights. A company has the rights to formulate the policies of a subsidiary company, I mean the B companies. Then the company has the direct and indirect control of another company. So A company will have the direct control as well as the indirect control of another company or the B company. Suppose C company is the subsidiary company of a B company. So here, so C company will be treated as also the subsidiary company. Friends, now I am told that you are clear. Then just the opposite of subsidiary company, and section 2 and subsection 87 of Companies Act, Indian Companies Act will be or is applicable to the subsidiary company. I have already told you, or we have already discussed. Friends, the policies of a company are controlled by holding company is known as a subsidiary company by citing the previous example. If the formation of a BODS means stands for Board of Directors. BOD it stands for Board of Directors is control another company. Other company, I mean the holding company has more than the 50% of voting rights. Friends, we have already discussed of another company. If it is a subsidiary of company which itself is the subsidiary of another company. So I have already discussed by citing the suitable example A company, B company and the C company. Yes. Next one category according to the ownership. So the company is divided into three parts: government company, foreign company and one man company. Friends, we'll discuss one by one. So first one is it's the government company. So government company section 2 and subsection 45 of Indian Companies Act is or will be applicable to the government company. Yes, a company is which 51 paid of capital is held by either central government or any state government or partly by central government and one or more state governments, or the company which is a subsidiary of a government. The very good example of a government company is LIC, Life Insurance Corporation of India, Unit Trust of India. So examples of government companies. So the government companies means where the holding of 51% of paid up capital held by either the central government, state government, or jointly. Friends, I am hopeful that now we are clear. So next one, it's the foreign company. The name says the foreign companies. So section 2 and subsection 42 is applicable to foreign companies. So foreign companies means any company or the corporate. So the company synonyms is company. Also we can, or we say that is the corporate which is registered outside India, that is the foreign countries companies act. Let's take an example. AB company, Australian company, AB company, Australian company, and AB company has been registered as per the Companies Act of Australia. So AB company will be treated as the foreign company. So foreign companies have the business establishment or operation in India. The very good example of foreign companies are the Samsung, Amazon, Google, Coca-Cola, Microsoft, Toyota, IBM companies. So in the beginning, I have already discussed what are the top companies in India and what are the top companies in the world. So next one is it's a one man or a one person company. One man or one person company. It's the section 2 and subsection 62 is applicable for, that is the one man or one person company. What is the meaning of this one? Sorry. Yes. Sorry. One man company. This company means a company which has one person or one member, only one person or one member. The aim of this company is to encourage or to motivate the corporatization of micro businesses as well as the entrepreneurship. The examples of one man company or one person company, that is Uvendra Agro Private Limited, Arkan Dairy Private Limited, Trophil House Private Limited, etc. Yes. So next one category, it's according to the nationality or the place of registration. We have already discussed, it's the Indian companies also known as inland companies, or we can say it's the domestic companies, and second one is the foreign companies. We have already discussed what is the meaning of foreign companies. So Indian companies, the name says the companies which are registered and formed, the companies which are registered and formed as per the Indian Companies Act, 2013, or as per the Indian Companies Act 1956, is known as Indian companies, or are known as the Indian companies. So they operate their business not only in India but also outside of India. The examples of Indian companies: Wipro Limited, Oil and Natural Gas Corporation Limited, Coal India Limited, Tata Motors Limited, Steel Authority of India Limited, NALCO, National Aluminium Company Limited, then Reliance Industry, etc. So these are the examples of Indian companies. Come to the next, the foreign companies. So section 2 and subsection 42 is applicable to foreign companies. So foreign company means the company incorporated outside India but has the business in India through its branches or agency. I have already cited the examples of an Australia company. So Australian company will be registered as per the Companies Act of Australia, and the Australian company will or does the businesses in India. So these companies have the business establishment operation in India. The very good examples of foreign companies are Samsung, Amazon, Mercedes-Benz, BMW, General Motors, Johnson and Johnson companies, etc. Friends, I am hopeful now you are clear. So next the last one category, it's the other types of companies. So first one is the other types of companies. So normally it's divided into 5 parts: multinational companies or MNCs, Second one is it's the Nidhi company, then the dormant company, then companies with the charitable objects, and the small company. Friends, so we'll discuss one by one. So first one is it's the MNCs. MNCs. So MNC, multinational company, is a company that has the business operation in at least one country other than its home country. Suppose PQR company, Indian company. If the PQR company has another country in the foreign country, let's take an example in that is the UK. Then in this situation, PQR company status will be what is this MNC as per the definition of the meaning of MNCs. Those MNCs are also known as other names of MNCs are multinational enterprises, multinational corporation, international companies, or the international corporations. Friends, then the examples of MNCs: Reliance Industries Limited, Wipro, Infosys, Tata Motors, Coca-Cola, Unilever, Pepsi, McDonald's, BMW, Suzuki, Samsung, etc. So these are the very good examples of MNCs. I mean the multinational companies. So during the discussion, so I will have the request to all of you, kindly you take the screenshot. Then second one is that is the Nidhi company. So section 406 will be applicable to Nidhi company. So Nidhi means a company. Nidhi means a company which has been incorporated with the objective to develop the habit of thrift and reserve funds among its members, and also to receive the deposits and lending to its member only for mutual benefits. So Nidhi companies existed even prior to the existence of the Indian Companies Act 2013, and so far most important the feature of the Nidhi company is company must have the minimum share capital. How much? It's the 5 lakh. Then the dormant company section 455 will be applicable to dormant company. The company is formed under the Indian Companies Act 2013 for a future project. I mean the company will start its operation or business in a future. For future project known as the dormant company. So this company is the dormant company is an inactive company. Then the dormant company will have no any significant accounting transactions. So these are the important the features of the elements of a dormant company. So next let's see the small company. So section 2 and subsection 85 of Indian Companies Act will be applicable. So small company is a company whose paid up share capital does not exceed how much 2 crores or such higher amount of capital as it may prescribed, which shall not exceed how much that is the 10 crores. And the small company is other than a public company. And the turnover, I mean the selling of a small company as per its last PL account. PL account means I mean the profit and loss account for immediately preceding financial year does not exist how much 20 crore or such higher amount as may be prescribed, which will not exceed how much 100 crores. Friends, so you have to remember. And the last one types of other company is that is the companies with the charitable objects. So section 8 will be applicable to the companies with the charitable objects. The objectives of these companies are to promote what? Commerce, art, science, sports, education, research, social welfare, religion, charity, protection of environment, and other similar types of or similar objects. I mean the objective. So these companies do not aim to make profits, as well as the objectives of these companies are purely for charitable in nature, and whatever the profit, okay, so the payment will not be or the dividend will not be paid to it's a the member. So these are all about today's discussion, friends. I am hopeful that so you have learned a lot, and now you will be very much comfort, or your concept will be clear after watching this video. So I will have the request to all of you, if any mismatch or gap so there, kindly you drop your valuable comment and suggestions in the comment section, and your valuable suggestion and comments are very uh, helpful to me for the next video. So I will have also the request to all of you, kindly you subscribe my channel, kindly you share it, kindly you forward it, and once again thanks a lot to all of you.